Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How are you doing? Let's see here. How are we doing? Aha, right there. That's what was wrong. Hi, I'm Brian. Welcome to the channel. How you doing? As you can see there, is my name Brian, and I'm a poet. We do poetry here, and yeah. How y'all doing this morning? I think I asked that question already, although there's no one here right now, so I'm just going to play some music for a minute. I got a program on the books, but let's just go ahead and play something here. That's what we do. Good morning. And good morning. Yeah, I started playing that song and then I realized, oh Lord, it's about a couple kids dying by misadventure and then had this tragedy in freaking Texas. So I don't know. How is it going, Indigo? How's it going, David? So yeah, I don't know. Let's just play another song. We'll play some songs, and if I decide to do a few things, then I will. But let's play this one.
If one could have that little head of hers, painted upon a background of pale gold, such as the Tuscan's early art prefers, no shade encroaching on the matchless mold of those two lips, which should be opening soft in the pure profile, not as when she laughs, for that spoils all, but rather as if aloft. Yon hyacinth she loves so leaned its staffs, burthen of honey-colored buds to kiss, and capture twixt the lips apart for this. Then her lithe neck 3 fingers might surround. How it should waver on the pale gold ground, up to the fruit-shaped perfect chin it lifts. I know Correggio loves to mass in rifts of heaven his angel faces, orb on orb, breaking its outline, burning shades absorb. But these are only masks there, I should think, waiting to see some wonder momently grow out, stand full, fade slow against the sky. That's the pale ground you'd see this sweet face by. All heaven, meanwhile, condensed into one eye, which fears to lose the wonder should it wink.
Yeah, that's about it. It goes. That's why I'm not doing my usual spiel or anything like that this morning because it's just us. It's just us here. And oh Lord, it's like last week when I was going on Monday morning and there's no one here. Miriam showed up. I don't know. I was just exhausted And it was just like, God, I need a break for, well, I've been doing this every day practically for 6 months straight. And I've gotten very little progress. I don't know. YouTube's not pushing me out. I don't put in the right hashtags. It doesn't, they don't like my face. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. So, and then I had finals coming up last week. Sort of regretting it. Yeah, I had finals coming up last week and stuff, which they went well. Didn't do as well on the music final as I had hoped, but I came out with an 88 in that class. Yeah. And then I have a 94 in my biology class. So I got my A and my B, which, oh no, they got final grades and everything. Final grades and everything should be in this week. But that got me thinking. Back in the day, we had to wait for weeks. And yeah. That leads to a story, but I'll save that for another day. But yeah, it's just amazing. Back in the day, we had to wait for weeks and all this other stuff to get our grades in. Now it's just a couple clicks of the mouse. So, yeah, sleeping in is good. I wish I could do it sometimes, but I usually am up in the mornings. That's why I do this show in the morning. So, yeah, like, subscribe. We're back at 450. We were doing this stuff, so steady as she goes, I guess. And we're just going to play from this folder right now. So, let's do something a little chill.
Within this black hive tonight, there swarm a million bees. Bees passing in and out the moon, bees escaping out the moon, bees returning through the moon. Silver bees intently buzzing, silver honey dripping from the swarm of bees. Earth is a waxen cell of the world comb, and I a drone, lying on my back, lipping honey, getting drunk with that silver honey. Wish that I might fly out past the moon and curl forever in some far-off farmyard flower. Within this black hive tonight, there swarm a million bees. Bees passing in and out the moon, bees escaping out the moon, bees returning through the moon, silver bees of the world come. And I, a drone, lying on my back, lipping honey, getting drunk with that silver honey. Wish that I might fly out past the moon and curl forever in some far-off farmyard flower. When curl forever in some far-off farmyard flower.
Don't know. I'm pretty sure I'll do okay. You know, my GPA will be where I need it to be. So instead of B's, C's. No. The pressure to perform really not there. At least right now, I don't feel it because I'm not 30 years younger and stupid. And I'm here for different reasons now, you know. And I think my plan of taking the classes to get myself intuited, you know, back into it, because, you know, I got used to working at it, and, you know, I can be a creature of habit, and it's a good habits to cultivate. And it's not like I'm going to have, I got the 4 classes, you know, and it's not like they're all intense, you know, in like 5-10 weeks like this was. No, they're going to be over 3.5 months or so period. So yeah, I'm not too worried. But, you know, I'll probably be bitching about them. No, they're going to be fun. You know, just a lot of writing, which that's, and whole anxiety unto itself. But, you know, you think me, a writer, I do good with poetry. At least one of my classes is a poetry class. How is it going, my friend? I like it when you hear, when you show up. So, yes, we're just going to play another one. Yes, how are you doing? What shall we play? Our JUL's a rocker. So let's play this one.
Tis midnight o'er the dimmer's lonely bosom. Dark, dusky, windy midnight swift are driven. The swelling vapors onward, every blossom bathes its bright petals in the tears of heaven. Imperfect, half-seen objects meet the sight. The other half our fancy must portray. One dull, lengthened sheet of swimming light lies the broad lake. The moon conceals her ray, sketched faintly by a pale and lurid gleam, shot through the glimmering clouds. The lovely planet is shrouded in obscurity. The scream of owl is silent, and the rocks of granite rise Eerily, while damp and dank hang the thick willows on the reedy bank. Beneath the gurgling eddy slowly creep, blackened by foliage and the glutting wave that saps eternally the cold grey steep. Sounds heavily within the hollow cave. All earth is restless from his glossy wing. The heat fowl lifts his head at intervals. When driving rainy come the bursting squalls. All nature wears her dun-dead covering. Tempest is gathered and the brooding storm spreads its black mantle over mountains form, and mingled with the rising roar is swelling from the far hunter's booth the bloodhounds yelling. The water falls in various cadence chiming, or in one loud unbroken sheet descending. Salute each other through the night's dark womb. The moaning pine trees to the wild blast bending are pictured faintly through the checkered gloom. The forest halfway up the mountain climbing resound with crash of falling branches quiver. Their ages mossy trunks. The startled doe leaps from a leafy lair. The swelling river winds his broad stream, majestic, deep, and slow.
Yeah, I just realized I have enough Alfred Lord Tennyson all rocked up to do a metal album by him, sort of. Hey, Coach Lloyd. Now the question is, did she go to a good home? You know, will she be appreciated and loved? That's the important part. I know you're a collector and everything. Hopefully she went to a good home. And which one? That's a good one. Telecaster, that's what I figured, a Fender Telecaster. It's your choice of electric. Yeah. I forgot exactly what my buddy Norman played. Whatever was available. Oh, yeah. When I played drums regularly, and him and my cousin, we jammed together. We played together for a solid year straight. We had like 40 songs that we knew. It's just ego's got in the way, and I fell for someone who didn't fall for me, and shit. Yeah, like I said, they got to go to a good home. But yeah, here, focus, don't get overwhelmed. I know this says bills and stuff, but you see these lined note cards? Buddy of mine gets note cards. He does, my friend John, a guy I talk about all the time, he uses note cards for a lot of stuff, and he likes the unlined ones. Well, when he ordered a bunch, they sent him one thing of lined ones, so I took it, and I was using them to do my daily work and everything, to make my lists. And I focused on the lists. That way I get the list done, and I can go on to the next day and the next day. And that actually helped me get through it. So yes, maybe, hopefully, it's different. Yeah. Again, I have something to focus on, a clear goal to write on, and I'll be like, hey, fellas, you got any ideas? It's good to know a lot of writers. I am down here. I had several stress, but just yeah, I know. I know from those guitar people, Stratocasters are for a for yeah. I know you guitar guys are just as weird as us drummers. uh, 52. We've had it since 68. Wow. That's a love affair to write about. A man and his guitar, a boy and his first guitar. All right, let's see here. Let's do another Tennyson, another rocked up one.
The sun, the moon, the stars, the seas, the hills and the plains are not these, oh soul. The vision of him who reigns is not the vision, he though he be not that which he seems. Dreams are true while they last, and do we not live in dreams? Earth, these solid stars, this weight of body and limb, are they not sign and symbol of thy division from him? Dark is the world to thee, thyself art the reason why. For is he not all but thou, that hast power to feel I am I? Glory about thee, without thee, and thou fulfillest thy doom, making him broken gleams, and a stifled splendor and gloom. Speak to him, thou, for he hears, and spirit with spirit can meet. Closer is he than breathing, and nearer than hands and feet. God is the Lord, say the wise, O soul, and let us rejoice. For if he thunder by law, the thunder is yet his voice. Lord is God, say some. No God at all, says the fool. For all we have power to see is a straight staff bent in a pool. And the ear of man cannot hear, and the eye of man cannot see. But if we could see and hear, this vision were it not he.
There you are. How have you been? I've been thinking about you. I was going to probably message you if I could remember to. You and a couple other people. I've been wondering where y'all been. You know, and I know life is life, but you know, thanks for showing up. Hopefully, it's been treating you pretty good. It's been ups and downs here, as usual. I've been busy for the last. I was busy for the last almost month and a half with school because I took a couple classes. And Joel here is a Telecaster guy. Yeah, those you'd think it's just like it is with musicians. They find their fit. It's like me. I'm a drummer, and my first kit was a Pearl Pro Export Series, and I hated the day I had to sell her, but she went to a good home. She went to a church, actually.
Oh,
Yeah, I sold her to a church for a church band. You think? Me being an agnostic / atheist. So uh, that's what I want. I've got this electronic set that just doesn't feel right. It doesn't. I don't get the haptic feedback that I need. Um, so, and it needs a proper sound system with it, anyways. But a buddy of mine, this guy I know, has a Pearl Pro Export Series drum kit that's been sitting gathering dust for years that I need to talk to him about. So, yes, real life happens. Yeah, same here. But my work's paid off. Like I said earlier, I made an A in my biology class and a B in my music appreciation class. So that's just. Oh yeah, you are a bass player. We're all weird. What can I say? But yeah, things happen. But let me see here. What are we gonna play? Let's play this one.
There are hermit souls that live withdrawn in the place of their self-content. There are souls like stars that dwell apart in a fellowless firmament. There are pioneer souls that blaze the paths where highways never ran. But let me live by the side of the road and be a friend to man. Let me live in a house by the side of the road where the race of men go by. The men who are good and the men who are bad, as good and as bad as I would not sit in the scorner's seat, nor hurl the cynic's ban. Let me live in a house by the side of the road and be a friend to man. I see from my house by the side of the road, by the side of the highway of life, the men who press with the ardor of hope, the men who are faint with the strife. But I turn not away from their smiles and tears, both parts of an infinite plan. Let me live in a house by the side of the road and be a friend to man. I know there are brookland meadows ahead and mountains of wearisome height that the road passes on through the long afternoon and stretches away to the night. And still I rejoice when the travelers rejoice and weep with the strangers that mourn. Nor live in my house by the side of the road like a man who dwells alone. Let me live in my house by the side of the road where the race of men go by. They are good, they are bad, they are weak, they are strong, wise, foolish, so am I. Then why should I sit in the scorner's seat or hurl the cynic's ban? Let me live in my house by the side of the road and be a friend to man.
Indigo. Certainly not me. That's cool. Yeah, you're getting ready to change domiciles, aren't you? So good luck with that. Sending you all the good vibes you need as far as all that goes. Hey, Kathy, how's it going? Yeah, certainly not me. Oh, so I guess this is the time I need to remind people, not that it does me any good, like and subscribe and all that stuff, because, you know, uh, let's see here. So, what shall we play? We played a bunch of rockers in honor of Joel's guitar going to a good home. So, let's see here. Let's do another one. see here. So you're done moving. That's good. Yeah, unpacking sucks too. It's like I'm pretty sure I got stuff still packed up from when I moved back here. Shit. I moved back here in 2017? Yeah, so been like 8 years. Well, it's been that long since I've moved, but yes, moving can be hard. Especially when you've been somewhere for a while. If you ever have to move, you're probably going to find stuff that you didn't know you had. Yeah, this guy here. I moved a lot when I was a kid. And, and then between households and stuff like that. Rogue here? Oh, I don't see him. You guys might be able to see him. I don't see him. Ah, there you are. Yeah, David's had a life. Pete's had a life here. You ought to see some of the interviews he's done. Hey, Fat Grammy. All right, we're gonna move the pace. We're gonna switch up the pace here a little bit, right? And we're gonna play some different stuff. Maybe. Oh no, I want to hear a couple more rockers. So yeah, pay no attention to me, because we're gonna play this one.
Shot from a bower eaves, he rode between the barley sheaves. The sun came dazzling through the leaves and flamed upon the brazen greaves of bold Sir Lancelot. A Red Cross Knight forever kneel to a lady in his shield that sparkled on the yellow field beside remote Shalott. The gemmy bridle glittered free like to some branch of stars we see hung in the golden galaxy. The bridle bells rang merrily as he rode down from Camelot. And from his blazoned baldric slung a mighty silver bugle hung. And as he rode, his armor rung beside remote Shalott.
All right.
Sunlight glowed on burnished hooves. His warhorse strode from underneath. His helmet flowed, his coal black curls as on he rode, as he rode down from Camelot. From the bank and from the river he flashed into the crystal mirror. Tirra-lira, tirra-lira, sang Sir Lancelot. She left the loom, she made 3 paces through the room. She saw the water flower bloom, she saw the helmet and the plume. She looked down to Camelot, out flew the web and floated wide. The mirror cracked from side to side, the curses come upon me, cried.
I got a dog to take care of. So here, where is it? I know it's in here. Oh, wrong folder. Wrong folder. Yeah. Here. Be right back.
Never achieve a child of scorn grew lean while he assailed the seasons. He wept that he was ever born, and he had reason. Never loved the days of old when swords were bright and steeds were prancing. The vision of a warrior bold would set him dancing. Never sighed for what was not, and dreamed and rested from his labors. He dreamed of Thebes and Camelot and Priam's neighbors. Nineveh mourned the ripe renown that made so many a name so fragrant. He mourned romance now on the town and daughter vagrant. Nineveh loved the Medici, Ali, yet he had never seen one. He would have sinned incessantly could he have been one. Never cursed the commonplace and dyed a khaki suit with loathing. He missed the medieval grace of iron clothing. Nineveh scorned the gold he sought, but sore annoyed was he without it. Nineveh thought and thought and thought and thought about it. Nineveh cheery, born too late, scratched his head and kept on thinking. Nineveh coughed and called it fate and kept on drinking.
Let's go. Yeah. Yeah. Having stuff kind of like be draining. Although there's stuff that I wish I still had. Like stuff I had to leave down in San Antonio when I left my ex-wife because she's a bitch. But we're not going to go there. It's too early in the morning. Only 2 stars. I don't think he likes the voice in that one. I don't know. Oh, let's play something different. All right. Oh, let's see here. Let's play one of our faves. Wrong one here. There it is.
Bake the day she suddenly dropped dead. We chew it slowly, that last apple pie. Shocked into sleeplessness, you're scared of bed. We never could talk much, and now don't try. You're like bookends, the pair of you, she'd say. Hog that great, say nothing, sit, sleep, stare. The scholar me, you worn out on poor pay. Only our silence made us seem a pair. Not as good for staring in blue gas. Too regular each but each yellow spike. At night you need my company to pass, and she not here to tell us we're alike. Your life's all shattered into smithereens. Back in our silences and sullen looks. For all the scotch we drink, what's still betweens? Not the 30 or so years, but books, books, books. You're like bookends, the pair of you, she'd say. Hog that great, say nothing, sit, sleep, stare. The scholar me, you worn out on poor pay. Only our silence made us seem a pair. The scholar me, you worn out on poor pay. Only our silence made us seem a pair. Not as good for staring in blue gas. Too regular each but each yellow spike. At night you need my company to pass, and she not here to tell us we're alike. Your life's all shattered into smithereens. Back in our silences and sullen looks. For all the scotch we drink, what's still betweens? Not the 30 or so years, but books, books, books.
No. The last thing I watched for like from beginning to end, as far as a series or anything like that, was the last season of The Mandalorian, season 3, which was disappointing in a whole heck of a lot of ways. And the only thing I'm looking forward to going to see The Mandalorian and Grogu, and hopefully they didn't screw it up. But yeah, too much cynicism and too much crap going on in real life, especially lately. Although I turned my buddy on to the Murdoch Mysteries, or the down here was the Artful Detective, the Murdoch Mysteries. You can probably, yeah, that's a Canadian show. It's really good. And speaking of other things, here this Saturday, it's coming Saturday at 5 p.m. Central Time, I'm going to be going on with Echo from Kaleidoscope of Happiness. Used to be living my best life at 60 or something like that. It's gonna be part 2 of our interviews, so I'll be pushing that. Show up there if you want to learn more about me and what I've been doing. But lately, though, I've just been focusing on school, and if I'm not, communicating with you guys through YouTube, I'm listening to like the ASMR historian, this guy who does like 9-hour-long videos on ancient history in this ASMR voice. I don't know. That's what I've been doing. I don't know. I guess I'm getting old and cynical. Well, I've always been cynical, so I'm just getting old. All right, let's play. I don't know why I do that. Let's change her up a little bit here. Let's play this one.
Birds are singing round my window, tunes the sweetest ever heard. And I hang my cage there daily, but I never catch a bird. So with thoughts my brain is peopled, and they sing there all day long, but they will not fold their pinions in the little cage of song. Birds are singing round my window, tunes the sweetest ever heard. And I hang my cage there daily, but I never catch a bird. So with thoughts my brain is peopled, and they sing there all day long, but they will not fold their pinions in the little cage of song.
actually do need to check that out. But the stuff, I don't know. When Disney got a hold of a lot of stuff, they diffused their talent, and they got too many non-talented writers who frankly should have gotten, or if they were talented, they needed more experience to try to, I don't know, fuck it up. I don't know, but I'm just, I don't know, wary. But I do like Punisher, and I'm glad. I don't know. Right there, drama babies. See you tomorrow, dude. But yeah, let's see here. Marvel fan, but not necessarily with the comic books, because I grew up out here. Access to comic books was kind of limited, and money, and but cartoons and the TV shows and stuff, the cheesy 70 TV shows, I watched those. So yes, I've been a superhero fan all my life. No, you're awesome, man. And so are you, Joe. And so are you, Kathy. And so are Matt. And if Indigo's still here, so is Indigo, and so on and so on and so forth. Oh boy, let's play some more. And then I have to go grocery shopping, and then I'm going to go to the dispensary and come home and go back to sleep.
The robin laughed in the orange tree, oh windy north, a fig for thee. While breasts are red and wings are bold, and green trees wave us globes of gold. Time's sighs shall reap but bliss for me.
Sunlight song and the orange tree
burn golden globes in leafy sky. My orange planet's crimson eye will shine and shoot among the spheres and thread the heavenly orange tree
with orbits bright of minstrelsy.
If that I hate wild winter spy, the gibbet trees, the world in wide, the sky but gray, wind over gray. Why should I ache the season slay? I'll sing from the top of the orange tree, gramercy, winter's tyranny. South with the sun and keep my climb. My wing is king of the summertime. My breast to the sun his torch shall hold, and I'll call down through the green and gold. Time, take thy scythe, reap bliss for me. Bestir thee under the orange tree.
You know, Batman's. My buddy's a Superman fan. We always have a. Who's better, Batman or Superman? Oh, but I am really glad that I was really happy when the technology caught up with the stories. You know, to tell the good stories, like when they did Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. You know, especially the first two were great movies and stuff. You know, they changed a few things and then they rebooted it. But you know, and then when Iron Man came out, I was on deployment and we heard about it. It was coming out, and the weekend it came out, we had a port visit in Split, Croatia, and practically the whole freaking ship was at the movie theater watching Iron Man. Yeah, it's just I don't know this. I don't know. There's so many. They do. It seems like DC does better with their cartoons than they do with their live action, and it's because of the people telling the stories. You know, Zack Snyder should have never gotten a hold of the Superman. Henry Cavill was great casting. You know, he had the look. You know. They did do the Ironheart series. I don't know. I don't know. I'm kind of burnt out in a way, which, who knows? Maybe Jon Favreau will come back through and redo things. All right, let's play a couple more, and then I'm going to go grocery shopping. Oh, here, let's keep on bluegrassing it up a little bit.
Dusky groves were chilly all day long, mocking the nuthatch and the cardinal. The trim drab catbird trolls its fitful song. I hear the mellow golden pawpaws fall. Luscious fruit scorned as of little worth by those who long for guavas of the south, figs and bananas pining that the north is barren of the luxuries of the earth. Fruit that I sought in childhood with a mouth eager to taste thy wild delicious juice. What orange grown in groves of Italy, or what pomegranate ripened in the dews of Grecian isles would I not now refuse for the rare flavored racy pulp of thee.
let's play. Where's it? Not there. No, the best version of that is right here.
Heaven bless the babe, they said. Heaven bless the babe. What queer books she may said where she must have read. She must have read. Love by whom I was beguiled. Grant I may not bear a child. Little does she guess today, little does today, what the world may be, they say, what the world may be, they say, snow drift deep and covered till the spring, my murder lover. Little does she guess today, little does she day, what the world may be, they say, what the world may be, they say, snow drift deep and covered till the spring, my murder lover. Snow drift deep and covered till the spring, my murder lover.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go too. So it's this impromptu show. It's more not really a show, just yeah. I have to go do things so I can get in because it's gonna be. I'm just tired. I've been fucking busy, pardon my language. I've been busy, and I know I haven't been doing this stuff, but I've been doing other stuff, and yeah, I'm gonna go grocery shopping and then take the rest of the day off. It's also supposed to rain today, I think. Oh, light rain today. That's what it says on the forecast thing. So I'll see y'all guys in the morning. I'll have the thing out earlier than I did this one. And then Saturday, I will be doing another interview with Echo. So I'll tell y'all about that tomorrow more and stuff like that. But I'll see y'all later. Have a good one.